In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. That over there is Cash Krause. How are you doing, Cash?
Very, very good. How are you doing, Mason?
Oh, good as always.
Good as always.
Yeah.
Besides the haircut situation.
I bitch about it every time you're in the studio. I go, dude, I've got the AC on.
Yep.
I try my best, but for whatever reason, I still heat up in here.
Well, it's because we have to wear hats.
We have to wear hats because our hair is just out of control.
Yes, it's insane.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's insane. But at least we're not taking up arms and heading up to our capital to demand haircuts. Demand haircuts. This is unconstitutional.
Give me a haircut or give me death. That is what those people are saying. They want the haircut. Just buzz it.
I hear they're adding in another amendment.
Oh, really?
Right to haircuts. No matter what.
Can we just pass that right now? Let's do the right.
I think they're going to
haircut.
send it straight to Trump, not even go through the House. You know, traditional lawmaking is pretty much
EO,
out the
baby,
window.
That executive order, write that shit out, man.
Because he's got to have a full team to maintain whatever that thing on his head, whatever the living organism that is on top of his head. I'm sure takes a 9-man team.
Absolutely,
to just fucking wrangle it. Wrangle it in the morning, throw it on his head.
And
he's got scientists. They're working on. They don't know what the fuck it is.
Like, look, man, I used to be hired to put together rockets.
Yeah.
Now they got me keep this guy's hair on
studying
place.
this piece. Anyways, it is rough for us. This is our world war. So, I mean, people should feel bad for us.
They feel very bad for us, the
suffering,
Americans. Absolutely.
But this is our TV Tuesday, Mason. Did
Yes,
you already
sir.
say that?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, I knew you didn't. I knew you.
I'm such a
horrible
slacker.
at this job.
So
I
we're like 250.
don't worry,
episodes
I
in,
got
which
your
is
back.
terrible.
I got. This is our TV Tuesday, and we are doing kind of an interesting pick because
Absolutely.
I don't know if I've heard anyone talk about this show.
No, and this is actually a show that you brought to my attention.
Yes, it is a Netflix original, and it is titled "I Am Not Okay with This," a coming-of-age drama. Mixed in with superheroes, I guess. I'm guessing, yeah, it's a little more than coming of age, but to me, it's pretty much Carrie, right? The story of Carrie. It's a little less dark.
A little less, yeah. Oh, I'd say, yeah, definitely a
little less dark, but still's dark. You know, she's still very similar. Still, you know, both redheads,
right? And we also have to talk about this too. It stars two of the It child stars in those films. It stars Sophia Lillis.
Yes.
And Wyatt Oleff.
Sophia Lillis, who is amazing in everything. Wyatt Oleff is good too.
He's super good in this one. I really enjoyed his character.
Yeah, Sophia Lillis, she's only been in she's been 4 things or whatever. She's been It too. She was really good in this miniseries, Sharp Objects. That was on HBO. It was really good. It was like a thriller, kind of dark. But yeah, she hasn't done a lot, but she is good in everything.
Yeah.
That just shows you how good the casting director was for It. These kids are blowing up.
They are. In
every single one of those kids
is
is like a huge movie star now. Yeah, pretty good though. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. There's only 4 characters in the entire show. Well, the mom too, but I guess she didn't get on the Wikipedia page.
Right.
She's got to be bitter
Which
about
she
that.
kind of looked a little bit, and I'm obviously not verbatim, but she kind of looked a little bit like Jessica Chastain a little bit.
Not a little bit.
I would say
not because you know.
Stuff. Well, yeah,
you know.
Come on.
I know my Chastain.
Yeah,
and I would know who it is, but a little bit.
I guess I
a
saw
poor
the
man's
similarities
Chastain, maybe.
Because Sophia played
Jessica Chastain, younger.
In It.
Younger, but yeah, should we dive into it?
Yeah, let's jump into this.
Episode 1, titled Dear Diary. That's classic for a coming-of-age teen girl thing.
Oh, for sure. And I love the narration of this.
Oh,
it's narrated through the eyes.
The
of
show
Sydney
is
Novak.
very funny. It's very funny, very witty. And I said this before, but they write the teen characters very well. You know, it doesn't feel like it's written by a 50-year-old exec or whatever.
Trying to figure out what a teenager's life would
saying
be.
a lot of lit and fucking Gucci and all that shit. It's very realistic in my opinion, which is something that drives me crazy when adults try to write for kids.
It just never works.
No, never.
Never works.
Unless you got a good writer that can remember what it was like to be a kid. For some reason, adults have that problem. But, sir, episode 1, we get introduced to Sydney Novak. That's played by Sophia. 17-year-old, pretty mundane, average kid. White.
Yeah, I would say so.
She said that, not me.
She did say that.
She makes that clear, not me. But, yeah, just an average kid surviving day to day after the death of her father.
Yeah.
Died in mysterious circumstances, I would say.
Really?
I think so.
Well,
he hung himself without a note.
That is true. He did hang himself without a note, but he committed suicide, and that's something we find out right away in the show.
Yeah,
and it doesn't hold back from that.
Pretty brutal. Yeah, then that's another good thing that's good about the show. You know, it can get really, really brutal and really drama filled. I guess you know, even though they're kids or whatever.
And you definitely see the flaws in both, especially the mother too, where I'm just like.
Oh,
some of the shit she says to her. I'm
if there's any healthier relationship between a mother and a daughter, my God, that's just a psychological. I mean, you don't even want to dive into that. Yeah, you know, my God, the relationship between I couldn't even fathom. But yeah, they have a very stereotypical relationship, mother, where they're. It's something weird. We're like one upping each other. It's something weird. Like I don't know.
It's just like
but it happens between
almost
every. Yeah, but it's really weird. But yeah, the mother. But this is like elevated because the dad just died. Yep. You know, mom and daughters, 17-year-old mom and daughters, they have a fucking turmoil relationship, anyways. But add in that the dad just died, and the mom was the one who found the dad. Do they throw that brutal little detail in there? But yeah, dad died. No note. I don't see a note. I'm suspicious as hell.
And it's discovered very early on in the show too that Sydney Novak had a really good relationship with her father, a much better one than she ever did with her mother.
Her dad sounds super cool, smoking that weed all the time, super dope. Never worked, I don't think. Never had a job.
No,
she can understand why the mom was always bitter, but man, the kids don't ever see that. No. They just see, hey, there's a parent that's always here, and he's always looking to watch cartoons.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it doesn't sound like the father to discipline either. It seemed like that was all the mom's doing.
But yeah, I got theories about the dad for sure. But we'll get into that later. So Sydney, she has to go do the school counselor. You know how that goes. Her dad just died. They say start a journal. You know, it seems very 1990.
Yeah, make a diary. Talk about your problems in a notebook. And immediately I was like, that's never a good idea.
No, and she says, can I just use my phone?
Because you always lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, don't you think you'll get distracted on your phone?
Yeah, but that's true. That's a good call. You know, you can't really write it.
You're not going to open up notes and try to...
try to write down something passionate.
Yeah.
Not where you got Reddit and YouTube and stuff like that. There's too much stuff going on. But yeah, so she's got things going on. She's kind of lame, you know. Not a lot of friends. She has one friend.
She has one friend, and we finally get introduced to her. Her name is Dina in this, and this is her best friend. But unfortunately for Sydney, Dina starts dating this obnoxious jock named Brad Williams. Is there a more Bradley Lewis rather?
Bradley Lewis. Is there a Bradley Williams is pretty
stereotypical too. Yeah, but Bradley Lewis, it's like, oh wow, that's on the nose. And he's like the football star, the jock. Yeah, and he's a real dickhead. Yeah, you're not getting good vibes from this guy right away.
He tries to be funny in class, but it's like people are just laughing because he's popular. Obviously, you know, not that great at comedic timing, I would say.
I would say.
But yeah, and that's who her best friend is dating, and she's Sydney hates him.
She doesn't like it.
God, she hates him.
But at the same time, she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't want to lose her best friend by telling her that I think this guy's a douchebag. Because she doesn't want her friend to think that she's jealous.
But it comes to a boiling point when they go to the diner. That's where we get her little first taste of little Professor X powers or something going on, making you have a brain aneurysm or something. Remember, she makes the nose bleed.
Yeah, she makes Brad's nose bleed.
Brad tries to play it off. You can't play off a nosebleed. You always look like a nerd.
Of course.
Oh, what do I do? Yeah, no, this is normal. This happens all the time.
Well, and this was actually like
Never
the first
happens.
time Sydney kind of convinced herself that she did that.
Well, yeah, because she was saying, and it's cool with voiceover. She's like, just shut up, just shut up. And she shut him up.
Oh, she did. Definitely.
Probably did permanent damage to him. Probably did something to that brain.
Well, she's on her way home from that, too, and she runs into Stanley, and this is where Stanley gets introduced.
And that's Wyatt. Wyatt Olaf or something. Yeah.
Olaf
it's not Olaf.
It's not
Olaf
Olaf.
is
It's
Frozen.
Frozen, yeah. Olaf, I believe, is what it is.
But he's also a big nerd. Big dork.
He's a dork.
Trying to be cool.
I don't know about a nerd, but a dork.
Well,
a really
I would
dorky,
say
just like
I remember exactly even being that kid and seeing kids like that kid work. Kids, they just think that they're really fucking cool, but not in a bad way or anything.
No, not in an arrogant
They just
way.
think they're cool because they're different from
different,
everyone else.
yeah.
You know, he
They're
listens
not
to
like the
vinyl,
crowd.
and I laugh so hard. The VHS. I got tapes on VHS. Like, that's a cool thing now. VHS.
VHS.
Oh, my God.
When he listens to this band called Blood Witch, and he loves Blood
They're
Witch.
not bad.
Not bad.
I've never
Not
heard
from-
of them,
not
but
from the song,
song
I
that
heard.
we played?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I liked
It's
it.
a good moment, too, because
It
she
was.
shits on him, Blood Witch. You know, that sounds like a
And then
really-
she pops it in to her ears, and she listens to it. She ends
Not
up
on
liking it.
vinyl, though, on a fucking
course
iPod, you
not.
idiot. Come on.
It's 2020. Figure it out.
Come on, vinyl. Vinyl does sound good, though. I'll be one of those guys. All right, that's in episode 1, right?
Yeah, pretty. No, because we get that final scene real quick. We get that final scene with her mother when they're sitting on the couch watching TV, and she's narrating in her mind saying it's so awkward because we never talk about Dad. When that's kind of always the elephant in the room is that this family never talks about their father.
Because it's fresh still. Yeah. I mean, it's some time is taking place. I think months, maybe even a year.
Yeah.
But it's the thing where it's the kind of unspoken thing. But it's,
When her mother
fucking
says, well,
tough.
maybe you should quit aiming so high.
Well, she says something along the lines where, like, my therapist said something where, like, I'm trying to get the love or just want love from people or something like that. And the mom just cuts her down.
She does.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Moms and daughters can be so fucking mean to each other. Yeah, it's you don't see it between like fathers and sons. They just fight. Like, once in a while, maybe they'll fist fight.
Right,
Which is then they're good for 18 years.
Exactly. You get into like one or two altercations your whole life, and then after that, it's like, all right,
you're good for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like, but then you just bottle it all up.
No,
Girls are better than that.
Yeah.
They let it. They
they
let
it go.
it's not physical, but it's. I think I'd rather get punched in the face. Some of these things, man.
And let it just be done with instead of dealing with these words.
Verbal abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, not. It goes both ways though, especially with Sydney and her mom. It goes both ways for sure.
For
Because
sure.
Sydney is horrible to her mom.
Horrible, and she always complains about literally everything her
Calls
mom
her a
asks
shitty
to do,
mom.
which is kind of not fair at the same time because the mom is working 60 hours a week. Your dad committed to she's doing her best.
Yeah, and the dad didn't do anything when he was around, and they still hated the mom. But so the mom is getting all kinds of shit's happening.
Yeah, and I wish just the daughter and mother would see from each other's point of view and just be like, wow, okay, I think everyone's just trying in this family. It's just really hard times right now because it's only been a year since the father committed suicide.
At the very end is Sydney frustrating after that talk. She cracks the wall.
Right, because and I love every single time like her powers start to come. She gets those little teeny like half-second flashbacks.
Yeah,
and it's
well, it's when she
the
starts
wall
like
just cracks.
she kind of goes Hulk mode, man. Whenever she gets really frustrated or something, she starts going crazy. So that's episode 1. Episode 2, The Master of One Fuck. That's the name of the
I
title.
love
A
that title.
great
Great
title.
title.
A great title. But so the next morning, Sydney convinces herself that the wall collapsing was a result of
the house just being owned.
exactly.
Yeah.
Whenever you have powers and for some reason, no one ever wants to believe it. Fuck, I think literally anything happens, I think I got some kind of power.
I got to tell you a story because it is completely relevant.
Sure.
Back when I was like 10, 11 years old, Star Wars was a new thing. I put a penny on my hand.
Well, no, it wasn't.
Well, I mean, for me it was. I mean, for a 10-year-old, it was.
You were way off, but yeah.
I put a penny on my hand, right? And I convinced myself I moved it using the Force.
Sure. And you thought you had Force the next 30
And
years.
even to this day, I still have the
exactly,
Force.
yeah.
There was not a time where I second guessed that.
The wind
I still don't
blows.
as a grown-ass
Exactly,
man.
yeah. Or sometimes maybe you'll think, you'll be thinking of a song, and the song will play on the radio, and you're like, well, I made that happen. That's chaos magic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am
chaos magic.
I am creating that with my mind, and you think, oh, fuck yeah. But whenever you see in TV, they never want to believe it.
Of course not.
Oh, never. I turned into this giant green monster that destroys half the city? Nah, can't be me.
It's not me. Yeah. Just a bad dream.
I'm not the guy. I'm not that kind of guy. But yeah, so she doesn't want to believe it.
Nope.
But shit's happening, you know. You make someone's nose bleed. You crack your house. I don't know. You don't got to be Bob the Builder. You know, houses usually don't just crack.
They do not.
Not very often.
And not up the wall like that either. I would say that was pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. But what happens is Sydney's mom, she has her to go grocery shopping. Sydney fucking hates that.
Right, and she asked Dina to give her a ride, too.
Yeah.
From the way home. So Dina's there with her, her friend. And it comes out to be like $63, and she's like, "Oh,
well, no,
shit.
It's not Dina. It's Wyatt. Because remember, she's walking, and he picks her up in the car. Man, that's the first time he's got the car.
Yeah.
He rolls down the window, and it takes him like 15 minutes.
And that was a
super
common joke
lame.
throughout this whole show.
Yeah.
Where it's just
but
like,
I'm glad they kept bringing it up
because he would smile nice and big. And
yeah, because remember, she gets really
down.
frustrated, and she's embarrassed with him or whatever. And then they go and they smoke weed. For the first time. That's the one fuck. That's he's the unfortunately the title character of the master of one fuck, because he does get it in though. Good for him.
He does. Good for him.
Absolutely.
It is probably it is the only time.
It's one and done.
Right, one and done.
Because she was not happy about not satisfied in the Litas.
I mean, and you know, you get signs early on that Sydney is more interested in women than men.
Well, she's just like confused at this point, you know. She really, really likes her
Dina.
friend. Yeah. And she doesn't like, well, the thing is she hates everyone, right? And Dina's the only one.
That's ever been nice.
She almost thinks that she could be with the other guy. Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Because she's like, because at one point she's like, oh, this guy's bearable or whatever, but not the case. She's not with it. But yeah, they go to a football game after getting high, because she gets high for the first time. Hooked immediately, fucking loves the weed, because he's getting high all the fucking time. Stanley Barber, he's a drug dealer. He's got 4 clients.
4 clients.
It's
one of them
time.
is cousin. One of them is cousin.
Yeah. Hey, that's how Pablo Escobar got started.
That is.
Dealing to his cousin, then he blew up.
Anyone who talks shit about you, look at it and realize that you're moving up in life.
But, yeah, they go to a football game, and the jock guy gets really hurt or whatever in that football game. But
when I love the monologue that Stanley has in this, too, kind of where he explains, like, look at these people. This is the best thing that will ever happen in their entire life. And
it's a cool monologue. It's a cool monologue, yeah.
Because you see the perspective of Stanley, and you see the perspective of the outsider.
Who
looks at this and goes, these are the guys who'll probably show up to their class reunions and stuff.
Well, and again, it's like the thing where it's like he's not trying to. He doesn't hate football because everyone likes it or whatever. Because remember, she goes, "Isn't this lame?" Because she's trying to be edgy and cool. He goes, "No, this is actually a
theater."
It's I guess as cool as it gets, you know. So that was kind of cool to see, because it's cool not to be cool or whatever.
Right,
And Stanley he walks to the beat of his own drum.
Totally.
That's pretty much how it ends.
He's unapologetically him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But that's how it ends, is them at the football game, and her losing her temper when she doesn't have enough money. She's got to take all the groceries back or whatever, and you see that she's got a temper.
She does.
For sure. And things tend to crack around her. That is in episode 2, though. Episode 3 is the party's over. This is the house party scene, right?
Yep.
This is a scene where shit gets... Oh, I think in episode 2, though, we missed is the one where she throws the rock at the stop sign. The very end, she throws the rock at the stop sign, and the stop sign just, like, she throws it like 1,000 miles an hour or whatever, and it blows past the stop sign. She's got like the Randy Johnson arm on her.
Whew.
Get that girl in the softball mound. Well, she might be killing kids.
Absolutely. We'll get.
Make
sure
she throws
no
that overhand
are in the way either.
Because she throws that thing overhanded, and it goes. She's throwing easily 99.
Oh, for sure. She's hitting that.
All right, episode 3. The party's over. Sydney confides in Dina that they had sex with Stan, you know.
They?
He wishes.
He wishes. He wishes.
That she had sex with Stan.
Right, yeah.
And Dina's all for it, because Dina just had sex with
Brad.
The
fucking jock guy.
The douche guy. This guy's fucking everyone to find out later.
He is.
Brad, you wild man.
He is
a
a
wild man. But yeah, because he's got a broken leg now, so he's really got the sympathy card. But yeah, and she pretty much lies and says it was fucking awesome or whatever. Obviously, it's not.
Right.
She hated
she's
it.
just hiding her true feelings.
Yeah. But afterwards, we get introduced to her brother as well, who our brother, I think, is going to come in at some point if we get
and
more
have the
seasons.
Powers too.
He's got it. He's already like some kind of genius or something. You can tell.
Super smart kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good cook.
And the first time we were ever introduced to him, he was drawing armor to defeat the bully.
That's right. I almost forgot about that. Yeah.
And that's going to come
maybe
into
he's
play.
even a super villain in the making.
Whoa.
You ever thinking about that?
Good possibility.
You like that? Yeah.
Like that. You bully me, now I'm going to bully the world.
Yeah, now the sister and the brother have to fight or whatever. Maybe he doesn't have powers, but he's just a super genius. So he would obviously be envious of her to have powers. That's how super villains are always made. Jealousy.
That's
absolutely
the biggest one.
But
it's as old as time, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing makes me want to burn down the goddamn world when I see someone that has something I don't have.
You don't, yeah.
So it's not the jock guy, but someone else is throwing like a house party or something, right?
It's the jock's friend. Remember, it's his birthday.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know his friend. He's pretty ambiguous. I mean, it's just not an important character.
And we got to talk about this. It's so funny the way they always portray like these high school parties, because this school, it seemed like barely had 50 people, but somehow there's like 200-300 people at this party.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's
A great party.
Man. It's a great
Any high
party.
school, I just feeling we went to like the lamest town in the world because I've never been to a high school party like this. For one, you never see anyone dancing at a high school party. No one ever danced.
No one ever dances.
There's never room for it. There's never intention. You could barely hear the music most of the time.
Right.
There's no ever. It was just people getting hammered drunk and yelling at each other. That's it. It was never anything cool. But yeah, this part is awesome. But before that, she went downstairs to like look for puzzles or whatever for her brother, and she gets really frustrated because she finds something from her dad or whatever. And she like blows up her brother's hedgehog's heart or something.
Yeah,
they gotta have the funeral.
That was sad, and she brought
just
the little
shows her
box
that
out
she's
and
kind of, I
stuff.
think, getting more and more powerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, her first kill for sure. But yeah, they have to have a little funeral. It's cute, you know. Well, it sucks that he's a kid.
And it was a good moment for
super villain.
Yeah, super villain.
This
for
guy's
sure.
never gonna fucking forget, and I guarantee it comes up that she killed the hedgehog at
him.
some point. And he's gonna go fuck. It's gonna
he'll
be
lose
the
his mind.
straw that breaks the camel's back.
But Sydney, it was a really good little piece of dialogue that she had, where she was talking, you know, as if she was talking to the hedgehog, but really it was kind of an emotional release for her to talk about her dad during the hedgehog funeral.
Oh yeah.
That little piece she talks
I know
about.
exactly what you're talking about. Yep, you're right. Yeah, it was a really good moment because, you know, she's talking about the, quote, hedgehog, but really she's talking about her father.
About her father, yeah.
Saying things that she'd probably never got to say at a funeral because,
I mean, how can you? That's tough.
and kids usually don't look at a 16-year-old to talk at a funeral. Like, all right, get up there and see what you got. No, not really a thing. But yeah, it's a good moment. But that poor hedgehog, you know.
I know.
Never had a chance. Who knows? He was just living his life.
He
His
was.
his head or probably something exploded. But yeah, so they go to the party, and Stanley kind of asked, like, he asked her to the homecoming, right? I couldn't remember the dance. It's homecoming, not prom.
Homecoming. Yeah.
And she kind of gives like a half-ass yes, I think. She's like,
Yeah,
maybe
she's
I'll
kinda like,
think
yeah, I
about
will,
it.
but maybe not.
Yeah, because they just bang. Stanley's thinking, this is my wife now. He's thinking, this is going to be the girl
Chick I'm marrying. Absolutely. I am
always.
one and done.
Yep. He's the one fuck king. That's what they call him. Put a ring on it, Stanley. But yeah, so she's just trying to get rid of him, and he can't pick up the hint. He just can't.
No.
They end up going to the same party together, not together. I mean, it's the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, I'm also going. She's like, oh fuck no, god damn it. But yeah, they go, and it's awkward as hell.
Yep.
But her and
Dina
have a great time.
They do, and this was one of the scenes too where she's like, I love this because Sydney's like just sitting there in a sweater.
Yep.
And Dina's like going through the closet. Should I wear this? This one shows this more, this more. And then she's like, all right, we're going to leave in a few. And she's like, what do you mean? She goes, you're wearing a sweater. She goes, I thought you were going to wear this.
It's high school party, girls. You got to strip it down. Are you kidding me? You can wear sweaters. It's like winter, middle of Pennsylvania or something like that. It's freezing to death. Yeah,
absolutely.
But yeah, they do. They go to the party, and without anyone, without Stanley or the jock, they have a great time. You don't need no man. Yeah. Have a good time.
That was something that I really liked too, where it was really awkward for Sydney to dance with Dina, but then in the self-monologue, the self-narration, she realizes that, she really enjoyed it because Dina was the only one looking at her.
And she says, Dina always made me feel brave.
Yeah.
Which
is another sign that Sydney is kind of falling in love with Dina.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. It gets awkward, though.
It absolutely gets awkward here. About 5 minutes later.
Yep. Because Brad comes in, super douche.
Super.
My leg's killing me. I can't. Yeah, bro, take a drink and you're at a party.
Don't you have painkillers? You always brag about
I've been to enough high school parties where I've never seen one. I've seen many men in cast, and I've never seen it stop them from having a great time.
Right. Yeah. When he was saying he had painkillers to begin with.
I've seen people break limbs at parties and still party on. No problem. So don't give me that, Brad. Don't tell me you got, broken leg.
This asshole's supposed to be the star of the football team.
This guy can't smash a 40 and get back at it. Yeah. Not high school's a little different. It's a little different from mine, but yeah. So
these kids are soft.
Absolutely, man. Soft laying their weak legs heal. Stupid kids. You got to run on that thing. Have a limp for the rest of your life. But but Dina and Brad end up getting in a fight. Mm-hmm. Sydney and Dina end up finding a room, because they're kind of consoling each other,
Yeah.
Oh, Brad. Not a good mixed signals Sydney's picking up.
Right.
And I think they're both a little drunk though.
Yes,
and
it's a party.
Absolutely. Sydney goes in for the smooch. Worst case scenario, Dina kind of freaks out. Yeah, we're both drunk. She pulls that excuse, and Sydney's like, makes some bullshit excuse, runs out of the house.
You can tell she's devastated.
Fuck yeah, dude! Imagine,
finally
as a 17-year-old kid,
that's
something you don't forget forever. That's in the back of your mind forever. But yeah, they go, or not Wyatt, but Stanley's out there, and she kind of consoles him or whatever. They have a good moment, but she runs off, kind of having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Runs into the forest, mows down about half the goddamn forest in an energy fucking outburst.
But as she's running, she almost gets hit by a car.
Yeah.
Which, seeing the car, I knew that was Stanley.
Yeah, that guy can't drive. No license.
Not good.
Clearly has no idea. It's his dad's car he talks about.
And he got in a little fender bender, too.
Yeah.
Because of
her, she knocked down that tree in front of him.
And this is kind of the big reveal that he realizes, oh my God, she's a
She got super, yeah. Like he believes it before she does.
Yeah.
She kind of just freaks.
Still doesn't believe
she kind of just freaks out and says, "Don't go tell me." But Mike, fuck. You think someone's going to ask some questions around here?
What happened to all these trees?
Why is it in a perfect circle like a bomb went off? I mean, is no one that's something that's going to get fucking the UFOologist people all over that place. Are you kidding me? A seismic blast. But we learned that maybe someone did pick up on this because there's someone lurking in the fucking shadows.
Yep. There's a shadow person.
There's a shadow man. We always love the shadow man. We never know what's going on. But yeah. And you make a think, is this her dad?
That's what I thought the whole time.
Or is it a bad guy? Yeah.
Or a bad guy. It could be a bad guy. Well, we'll talk about that later with the final dialogue at the end.
Exactly, yeah. Because we don't know. We don't know right now. So, end of episode 3. Episode 4, Stand By Me. Get it? It's a play.
Play on words. And the Stand By Me movie.
Exactly. And I guess maybe this is kind of Stephen King-ish, so maybe it also plays on a whole nother level. I don't want to get too deep in it, but
there's so many really theories surrounding episode 4. I mean, we could jump into a 20-minute
We really could, but episode 4, Stand By Me, pretty good episode. It's a Breakfast Club-esque episode where they all get detention.
That is the same thing I said watching this. Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's definitely what they're doing.
And then it's like, well, where the fuck is the supervision?
Yeah.
He's just like, clean the bleachers. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing in your office? No supervision. You've got all these bad kids here.
Yeah.
And you're just going to say, clean this and I'll be out.
But that is how it is. That is how fucking teachers give you detention. They just take off. They just see how they don't give a fuck.
They don't want to be there till 7 p.m.
No, hell no.
Break.
And it's the principal who has to do it too. And I'm sure it's funny. He comes in, gives some speech. I'm sure it's the same goddamn speech he gives every
single day.
But yeah, so they all get detention. And it's funny how Stan kind of gets, because they all get detention. Then Stan, remember, he's just standing there. He throws the books off his desk.
Well, we should talk about why they got detention, because Dina and Brad were sitting there, and then Brad's like, "Oh, let me cheat off of you." And at this time, Dina and him are kind of not on great terms.
No,
he's like, "Come on, come on." And so he leans over rather, cheats. Teacher discovers it. And then Sydney's not having it. She goes, what the fuck? Dina's been studying for this test for weeks. And he goes, with that kind of language, you can go to the detention's office too. Anyone else in here? And then I love it. Just the most awkward thing ever. Stan stands up and the teacher looks at him. He looks at Stan.
It's hilarious because the teacher, as soon as he stands, the teacher's just like, what?
Yeah.
And then he pushes his desk, and the teacher's still like, it's not enough.
Like, motherfucker. And he's like, okay, you can go.
No, he just goes, motherfuck. Oh, he goes, okay, detention.
No profanity.
Oh, that was classic. Yeah,
it was a good scene, though.
It was a good scene.
There's a lot of, like, for how short these episodes are, there are a lot of really funny moments.
Yeah, it's good writing. It's really good writing, I think, yeah. But, yeah, so they all get detention. Mm-hmm. It's Dina, Brad, Sydney, Stan, and the bad girl of the school who's just in detention all the time.
Yeah, she's all the time. I mean, we know that she, which I love this. I love how we're introduced to it, where they're like, "Oh yeah, that's her. She's already gone to rehab, and I guess she's out. I guess at a party
she got
doing
detention for possibly the funniest reason of all time.
Yeah,
she got caught vaping in the teachers' lounge. Not just got vaping, but she was in the teachers' lounge.
I mean,
it's just the dumbest thing of all time. Yeah,
more of a fuck you to the staff of that school. Having a kid do that.
One, not allowed in teacher's lounge at all, ever, for any reason.
That's why it's called teacher's lounge.
Yeah, but to be vaping it, and then she's like, the funniest part is how she plays it. She's like, yeah. Or she calls it like, what are we living in, a fucking prison or something like that? You can't vape in the teacher's lounge. It's a crazy world we live in where you can't vape, where you can't get away with vaping anymore. But
and let me tell you, kids get in trouble for that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Vaping in schools.
Yeah.
All the time.
Just think, kids were this close to not being hooked on cigarettes, and then they introduced vaping.
And then they got vaping, yeah.
I'm glad that never happened. We just smoked cigarettes. We never had vaping in our
Actually, to be honest, never smoked a cigarette in my life.
Because it was on its way out, for sure, while we were in kids.
Oh, definitely.
Because when, like, in the 90s, like, kids would smoke with their teachers. You know, everyone would have, there was a designated smoking area. Yeah. You would go and smoke. But yeah, it was very frowned upon.
It's crazy because my dad and my
my mom, everyone.
They used to smoke. Sometimes they used to smoke with their bosses and stuff when they're like 16.
My aunt and uncle who went to school here into like the early 2000s, they were still like going out like,
that's so crazy.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, early 90s or late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, they let people. Yeah, smoking was everyone smoked. You know, it was just a thing. But yeah, they almost got rid of it for kids at least. Then we got a sweep. It makes smoking taste like cotton candy. Kids are going to do it.
And it's going to be okay.
Kids are going to do it. So they all go to detention. They all have to do some bullshit work that I'm guessing the teacher doesn't even check on.
They had to scrape up all the gum
from the bleachers, right?
I know that because I do that.
Yeah. But they never make kids. Work. They should make kids do that.
They should.
They don't.
They do not.
No. But, yeah, I'm sure their school's got gum probably from, like, the 60s.
Oh, yeah, that school did not look
because no one is doing, no one's checking on these detention kids. But, yeah, so they go and something happens where Sydney gets frustrated. They play Would You Rather. No, they play Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Right, yes.
And that gets Sydney bothered because the girl, the bad girl, she's fucking mean as hell.
Oh, she cuts deep.
Yeah, does not give a fuck. I mean, a badass of a chick, I gotta tell you. But yeah, so they get frustrated. She goes to the library. The same thing happens in the library that happened in the forest. She blows down all the fucking stacks of books, but it's because she hears someone or sees someone.
I'm just realizing this is all in episode 5.
Is it really?
Yeah, this is all episode 5.
What is episode 4 then?
Yeah, Dina, episode 4 is The Stand By Me. Following Sydney's incident in the forest, she realizes that Stan saw everything.
Oh my God, it is.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go over that then. Let's do that.
Let's just do 4.
Let's do 4. Yeah, because that's the one where her and Stan go to practice powers. It's a really, because one of these episodes is only 19 minutes long.
Super short.
And I think this might be the one. Yeah. So we skipped ahead, but yeah, they go and practice with powers, and Stan to get her to like show her powers.
And basically it's the big reveal that Stan says that through his investigating that her powers are based on her emotions. That was the big thing out of episode 4.
Which, that's fucking obvious. I mean, she should have known that by now. But yeah, so they go to the bowling alley that he works
at.
And
remember at this time they're kind of fighting a little bit at this time.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to do anything with the powers or anything. She just wants it to pretend that didn't happen. Now she's scared that Stan knows and he's going to go fucking tell her.
And then she also said, this was at that time, that cafeteria where she's like, I'm not going to fucking homecoming with you.
Yeah.
She's being really rude in the cafeteria. And that's why they're kind of at a little disagreement.
Yep.
But then she shows up.
Poor Stanley.
I know, he's just a nice guy.
Just wants to hang out with this outcast chick. Just wants to, super nice,
She's not letting him in. She's got way too many walls
smoking
up.
her out all the time.
I know.
Sydney never once paid for drugs.
I don't even think she knew where to get them. In all honesty.
But yeah, super cool guy. They go to the bowling alley. He works at a bowling alley. It's got it's the world's smallest bowling. It was like 3 lanes. It's insane.
Yeah, maybe. It's super small. Yeah. But again, small town.
But he tells her to knock down the bowling pins with her mind.
Mm-hmm. And she can't do it at this time.
She's weak.
So Stan devises a plan, and he starts talking shit to her.
Yeah, it's
trying
classic.
to get her riled up.
Absolutely classic.
And 2 bowling balls start to move on the rails, and then boom, they fling into the walls and almost kill Stan.
Well, because Stan says some
about
hurtful things.
Yeah, some real bad things.
He says, your dad didn't even leave a note when he was committing suicide and shit like that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Pissed her off.
Oh, yeah.
Understandable.
Shit like you had to have known, like the entire town was talking about that. But now that it's coming out, that it just, and rightfully so, almost kills him.
Yeah, it does.
Tosses a bowling ball through the fucking, which how is he going to fucking, what excuse is he going to tell his boss for that? There's
not a good excuse.
You're never overhand throwing a bowling ball. Yeah.
You know what I do? I didn't see that. What?
Yeah.
I don't know how that even got there.
Stan, you're the only. We have one employee.
You work here 5 days a week. Yeah, 5 days a week. Like Fred's here on the weekends, and that guy barely knows anything.
And we literally have 0 customers ever. So Stan, I don't know what you're doing, but yeah, big. It's gonna cost that wood paneling. Not cheap.
Not cheap at all.
Not cheap.
No.
I don't even think they make it anymore. So.
I don't think so either.
But
it'd be hard to find.
Yeah, so she runs off, and that's kind of the last thing of her. And then
she sees the figure at the very end of that episode.
That's it. And then by the next episode where they go to detention, her and Stan have a really bad relationship at that point. Yeah, that's why Stan throws the books off. Yeah. So we won't do episode 4 yet, even though we damn near got through almost all of it. We got
almost all of
But we won't do. Well, that was episode 4. We won't do episode 5 yet. Right. We'll save that. But episode 4.
We got a little teaser for 5 in this one. So.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to go watch the rest of it, then go and watch our part 2.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. But coming next Tuesday.
Yeah. See, we shouldn't have watched the entire series. That's why it always.
That's why
always fucks us up.
It
always fucks us up. Yeah, we can only watch the first 4. But this is a really good show, though.
It is.
More people should definitely be watching.
Very well acted too, and I think Sophia, who plays Sydney Novak in this, I think she does an incredible job of playing the awkward teenager.
Yes,
but also hats off to Wyatt too, because he's so good playing that just intricate, like very elusive kind of
just kind of alternative kind of he's both these kids, but they both feel very real and very organic.
Authentic, for sure. Absolutely. And that's accredited to their acting. I mean, they're really good, especially.
Oh, yeah. And you see
actors.
both of them have, they see that both of them have character to them, and you see kind of where their character's going, with Stan kind of talking about how him and his dad don't have a real good relationship or whatever.
Well,
his dad's a long haul trucker,
and he wrecks the car,
and
right, and then the next day,
we didn't even talk about that,
because
we're jumping around the fucking episode.
So we know his father's an abusive prick.
Yeah, he beats the shit out of him once in a while. Yeah, But that's the kind of they live, and we didn't even talk about it, but I love the town they live in. You know, it's very middle America. You know, this town that hasn't changed a lot. It's like Pennsylvania. It's got to be somewhere in Pennsylvania or something like that, Steel Town or something. But I love because it's all derelict. They have like an old diner and shit, but mostly everything's closed down. You assume because some factory probably closed down, but the town is
wiped out all the
It's
jobs.
a cool town. Yeah, I like it. I like the environment for sure. But it's gonna get more Carrie-like. I think there's a homecoming coming. Nothing ever good happens at homecoming when you have superpowers.
Never a good show. Even the show Heroes, it didn't end well at the homecoming dance.
It's brutal, man. If a really popular guy invites you to, or a girl invites you to a dance and you're not super popular,
don't go.
No, they're probably going to pour pig's blood on you at some point.
Something very gross. And,
it doesn't happen too often anymore, but it happens still.
Sure does.
We've seen one too many times of it. I mean, look, just don't go. Those dances suck anyways.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself.
Oh, my God. Maybe go to prom senior year.
Right.
I would not advise going to any other dance, though. Just go get high with your fucking buddy Stan.
That's the best way to do it. Yeah. Just go get stoned, have some good conversations. Yes. That's what life's about.
Exactly. That's it.
Alrighty. Well, that is our TV Tuesday for I Am Not Okay With This. If you guys like what you see here.
Good call remembering that.
Because we were kind of flimsy on that a little earlier.
Well, I think it's screwing us because we did the review of that other movie, I'm Not Here Anymore, or something like that. Something very similar. That, it's been fucking me up with this.
It has been too. So if you guys are on YouTube, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notifications. We drop videos on this channel every single day. If you're listening in podcast form, thanks for listening. You can find our podcast anywhere, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause. And until next time.
Bye.